Louie T. Welcome to this LouieTeeNetwork exclusive kickback session, week number 5 in the National Football League. Pretty status quo week, if I may say so myself. I do have one declaration to make this week. We'll get to that when we get to that set of affairs and business. But overall, pretty clean week. It was an easy week to pick winners. I went out of my way to lose games. But if you just did the right things in this week, 12-4 was probably the worst you should have done. 11-5, you made a mistake somewhere. Anything worse than 11-5, and you went out of your way to be special. All right, 12-4 is really what you should have been doing. 13-3, you were able to maybe avoid one, landmine. 12, I mean, there's one 14-2, and I thought there would be someone that went above and beyond the call of duty, and someone did. I was telling my guy Eric Sunderland, because he was excited about his 13-3, and I was like, that's a good number for this week. 13-3 is a good number. But I said, I bet you there's somebody 14-2. Somebody didn't pick Pittsburgh, but instead picked Houston. Somebody picked Tampa Bay and Houston. Somebody put that combo together. I don't know if the 14-2 person did that or not, but that's probably how you did it. That would be my guess. Either that or you went Tennessee and Houston. Because honestly, the two that probably tripped most people up were Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Those were the two that tripped up most people. And then anything, really, it was Tennessee or Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and New Orleans were the three that tripped most people up. And then there were games that, like, for instance, Cleveland, we didn't know Deshaun Watson wasn't going to play. And so some people got tripped up just off the strength of not knowing that who would have picked Cleveland if you knew Deshaun Watson was going to be out and they were going to be starting a rookie quarterback in DTR? Who would have picked Cleveland for that? You couldn't have known, right? So, shit happens. My guy Greg Giants 10 hit me up, was like, yo, I'm trying to change my pick. Watson ain't playing. I'm like, I can't let you do that, because I wanted to do the same thing, but we all got to deal with that. We all got it. I'm going to just say this. Being that the picks have to be in on Thursday, you have to do a great job of assessing what's going on Wednesday and Thursday, to make sure that you're making the right decision. You're going to have to project out to what is going to take place on Sunday. I've been slipping. I've been caught lacking in the first 4 weeks. And to my surprise, for as bad as I've been tripping, this is some of the worst shit I've done. I've been really irresponsible to only be down 6 games. Here's my declaration. I was going to save it for later when we got to winners and losers. I can make it right now. I'm going to win this bitch. I should be down 8 or 9 games right now. You guys are bullshitting around. You guys are absolutely bullshitting around, and you're letting me hang around when I shouldn't be. You should be treating me like the Giants last night. Seattle letting them hang around. How Kansas City let the Jets hang around. That's how you get got. I should be getting my ass whooped right now. Last year, this time, I was down like 9 or 10 games right now. I was getting my ass whooped last year because I was doing bullshit last year. Not like this. Last year was just bad picks. This year, I'm being reckless. You can't not know who's at home and who's away. Like, I lost the game strictly off of, I didn't know that the Bengals were at home. I thought they were on the road when they played the Rams. Like, bro, what are you doing? You can't do that. You think you're going to win doing that? I lost the Thursday night game this past week. Pissed me off. I hate getting my week started with a loss. Because I didn't know all the Packers weren't playing. I don't know if it would have made a difference. The Lions were the better team, clearly. But I'm not having Jair Alexander, not having 3/5 of your offensive line in the lineup, that would have changed my mind. I would have went with Detroit off the strength of that. I didn't do my homework. There's no excuse with the Thursday night game. You know who's playing and who's not by the time you make your selection on Thursday. There's no excuses for me. I just was caught lacking. I've been tripping. That shit's over with. I gave y'all your trial period to run out and hide and give yourself a bit of a cushion, and y'all all just hovering right there around my striking distance. I was this close. Even with stupid shit I did, I was this close to 14-2 this week. This close. So I know y'all ain't effing with me. This close. Don't know if I know Deshaun Watson's not playing, obviously, and I can say that for all of y'all. That's not a loss for most of you either, but still. I picked Baltimore. That's one less loss. I went 10-6 this week. So that would have been one less loss. I should have picked Detroit. I would have, had I just done 2 seconds of homework, I would have picked Detroit. That's on me. That won't happen again. Washington and Indianapolis both lost in overtime. And I know that's one that would have hurt a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all had Philadelphia, and a lot of y'all had the Rams. That would have hurt a lot of y'all souls right there. I was that close to being 12-4 and probably about that close to being 14-2. It's coming. I can see it now because y'all ain't on my level. Y'all ain't here with me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't see Tennessee beating the brakes off of Cincinnati. I did. I saw that coming. Now, what I didn't see, and I'm mad at myself. Two things. I should have seen Tampa Bay going to New Orleans. I thought that Alvin Kamara being back, no matter who was that quarterback, and Derek Carr played and he didn't play well, I just thought Alvin Kamara's presence is really going to help. But what was I really expecting for the dude that just played his first game of the season 4 weeks in? Was I really expecting him to come in and have 137 yards of all-purpose offense and 2 touchdowns? Was I really thinking he was just going to pick right up where he left off in the preseason, where he was looking dominant? I was tripping, and I got what I deserved. In Tampa, they play clean ball, and if you don't force turnovers and you don't get them out of their comfort zone, they're going to beat you. But the one that I really was kicking myself on, because I sat there and I debated with Pittsburgh and Houston, because I was high on Pittsburgh. But I told you that their offense is giving me a lot of pause. They're not the unit that I thought they were going to be when the season started, off the preseason. And again, I think I put too much stock in the preseason. But looking at what Houston did, I was like, that's a one-off. Do it again, Houston. Oh, you think we bullshitting? Okay. All right, we'll show you better than we can tell you. All right. Now we got some TDs to make. Now, y'all, we getting to the point of the season now where y'all been skating off of just, hey, this team sucked, this team good. Now we about to start getting matchups that's going to force you to think, and we getting bye weeks. That's when shit gets real. When we start getting into the bye weeks, and we got some this week, now we about to start separating the women from the children, the men from the boys, right? We about to find out who all belong and who been just guessing and getting them right. You can't. Y'all been getting away on the Scantron, just bubbling in C. I don't know. Just pick C. Now you can't do that shit no more. Now you actually got to fill out a short answer, right? Now we actually checking for content now. You can't guess. It's not multiple choice no more. We're gonna find out who's ready. So we'll get into the specifics of winners and losers. Let's first start with the weekly pick'em. Let's go there first. I'm about to say, what am I trying to do? Let's get to the weekly pick'em pool. All right. And let me make it a little bit bigger so y'all can see what's going on. Oh, that's too big. That's still too big. Let's see what that looks like on the screen. I guess I got to make it a little smaller. I want y'all to be able to see all the selections. So I guess where the hell I had it at in the first place. Dodo. All right. So we just going to run with that. So going through the picks real quick. I told y'all this a while back. Sometimes y'all will have an excellent sheet and then don't play in the weekly pick 'em and miss an opportunity to make a quick 80, 90, 100 bucks. If you're really confident in your picks that week, throw them boys in the weekly pick 'em pool and try your luck. Cost you $7. You spend that on your little Starbucks, or you spend that on a little combo from Wendy's or McDonald's or wherever you like to eat your little fast food from. Throw it right in here and see if you can't times it by 12 real quick. Anyway, my guy Eric Sunderland, aka Sundi, got the job done. 13-3. He told me the other night. He said, "Hey, I went 13-3." I said, "If you went 13-3 in the weekly pick'em, bro, that's gonna be a winner right there. I can tell you right off the bat, just looking at the sheet, without even counting wins and losses up for everybody. I was like, 3 wins is gonna get it done. It's a lot of 4s, a number of 5s. I think I'm in that 4 range. Let me see. Yeah, I had 4. And I didn't know I doubled down on Indy on the weekly pick'em. I thought I went Rams. That would have gave me that 3 I needed. Let me see how many points you had. Oh, you would have won anyway. You had the points too, so I wouldn't have beat you regardless because I had too many points. So congratulations to Sundi. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. 95. So you got 95 coming to you. Matter of fact, let me see where you paid from. Okay, you paid from CashApp. So yeah, I'm gonna send you that money tonight once we get out of here. Congratulations to my guy Sundi for getting the job done. 13-3 and 34 points just for good measure, because it could have come down to points and you would have gotten it done with 34. I don't know why I thought the Giants was. I know why, because Seattle's defense wasn't good coming into this game. I thought they'd score more points. I did not expect them to win, but I expect them to put up more of a fight than 3 points. But we see that the Giants are an absolute train wreck right now. So shout out to Sundi for getting it done in week number 4. 3 losses. Congratulations. I got to get one of these, man. I'm getting antsy now. Now I'm starting to get mad because this is the 3rd week in a row I was off by 1 loss. Starting with week 2, I think the winner I had 3 losses. The winner had 2. Like, what the F, bro? Jonell came out of nowhere and stole that. That's the one that still stings right now. Jonell came out of nowhere and snatched that bitch from under me. I had no idea somebody had 2. I just knew I was in the driver's seat with 3. He was like, "No, you don't." The next week, I knew I wasn't getting away with 5. I hung tough, but somebody had 4. What can you do, right? This week, I thought I had a shot with 4, but I knew somebody should have 3. Right? This was a week where 13-3 wasn't hard if you just stuck to the script. Sundi did, and he got done. You know what's crazy is you were the only one. It's not like you had to go to points. You were only 13-3. Everybody else had 4 or more. A lot of 4s too, but you were the only 3. Congrats on getting it done. I got to get one, man. I'm definitely disappointed in myself for not having won one yet. So next we're going to take a look at the survivor pool. And here's the beauty of the survivor pool this week. We didn't lose a single player this week. Now, we were close. Some of y'all were over there fighting. And look, I'm a part of that mix. So I can't even sit here and laugh at y'all too damn hard, because I picked Kansas City and they had your boy on the edge of his seat sweating over here. I was talking to my dad earlier today, boss man. I was like, bro, we were talking about that game, and I said he was talking about some of the calls Kansas City got, and I was like, bro, we needed every single one of them. You act like you mad about this shit or something. He's like, nah. I was like, bro, they bailed us out. He was talking about the run Patrick Mahomes had on 3rd and 22. And I was like, yeah, that was a big play. But I'm like, yo, the game-saving tackle by Cook was what saved us. I still don't know how he made that damn tackle. Backpedaling, turning around. Breece Hall had him on skates. And somehow and then he stiff-armed him, and somehow he was able to hang on to that man's jersey for dear life and yank him down. Shout out to Cook, the safety out of Cincinnati for the damn Kansas City Chiefs, who saved my damn survivor pool. And I think 90% of y'all should be thanking him as well, because we all had Kansas City. We all had Kansas City. This shit was about to be down to like 4 people, because the rest of us all had Kansas City. San Francisco, and there was some San Franciscos in here too. But all of us, Commander E had Philadelphia. Your shit was almost done. BB had Denver. Your shit was almost done. I don't know how you survived. You deserve to lose for picking Denver. Out of all the games, you said, hey, it was funny. Boss Man was thinking about doing that too. And he came to his senses right before he made the selection. He was like, hey, I'm going to go with Denver. I said, you sure you want to do that? You sure you want to do that? And he looked at the games and he said, man, they can't beat Chicago. They ain't going to win no games. I'm like, oh, that's great logic. That ain't what you use in the survivor pool. I was like, okay. Right when we were about to hang up, he said, man, you know what? Change that to Kansas City. I said, okay, smart man. So everybody survived that was in last week. I'm going to tell you right now, shit's about to heat up, because to get to where we are right now, you probably burnt through your San Francisco, your Kansas City. You burnt through some of your easies, right? Now you're going to have to start making some TDs on some games where you go, man, I don't even want to do that shit. If you use Miami already, bless your heart. Bless your heart. You already used Miami, because this is going to be a tough one this week, and moving forward, it's going to get really real. I'll just say that. But everybody survived in the survivor pool. Congratulations to those who are still, who have a heartbeat remaining in the 11th annual LouieTeeNetwork Soul Survivor pool. All right. So now let's get to winners and losers and see what we have there. And I'm going to just tell y'all been playing around and y'all allowing the kid to hang around when y'all should have already had me dead already. And y'all letting me hang around, which means y'all ain't serious about winning this joint. Y'all want me to come take this from y'all. And I don't mind. I don't mind at all. All right. So I think let me get a look at it and see how it looks. Yeah, that's good right there. So let's go through this thing, see what's up. All right. So let me start by telling y'all this. Let me start by saying this. I did my prediction video because normally I have a Friday podcast. It's been crazy the last 3 weeks. I haven't been able to get out a Friday pod. So I was like, I got to get my picks out. I want y'all to know where I'm at. Y'all know where I stand. And I need to start. What I have to start doing is I got to sit down and make my selections. I've been just picking shit, on the fly. Like, oh, shit, picks are ready to be due. Let me just do my shits real quick. No, I got to do like how I used to do. literally sit down, analyze the sheet, check the injury report, all of that good stuff, and really make a sound decision. So I'm gonna get back to that. That's why I say y'all done. Y'all been playing around. Because the leader in the clubhouse should be at 46 or 47 wins right now. I should be saying to myself, God damn, you done did it again. 2 years in a row. Done dug yourself this deep ass hole, and now you got to spend the next 4 or 5 weeks trying to climb out of it. I ain't saying that. I thought I was after last week. And I looked up at the leader and he was 6 games ahead of me. I was like, shit, here we go again. And then I went and did the thing that I did last week when I told y'all, hey, I could be sipping from the piss cup this week. That's the kind of picks I mean. I already knew I had made some risque picks. You picking Indy, you picking Tennessee, you picking Washington, you already picked Green Bay like a dum-dum. Yeah, you could easily end up with 9 losses this week, bro. And I wouldn't even have blinked if I had 9. I knew I was putting myself in that position. But Tennessee came through for the kid. Buffalo came through for the kid. Because a lot of y'all would, oh man, y'all were drinking that Miami Dolphins Kool-Aid. That 70 points had y'all basity out here in these streets. So teams came up big for me that needed to. I missed out on a couple, but 10-6 for as bad as I thought it was going to be, not that bad at all. So let's go through. A number of you had 13-3. I had a list because I thought 13-3 was going to be the best. I was like, I thought it would be a 14-2. And then literally I got down to one of the final ones, and there was 14-2. So Sundi, J Cam 99, Greg Giants 10, Tyrant 78, HTTR Carson, and Juice all had 13 wins in week number 4. Went 13-3. That's a very, very respectable week. That's a hell of a week, honestly. A number of you went 12-4. To me, that's where you should have been. That to me is the baseline for the week. Like every week after seeing how the games shake out, I set a baseline. Like if you on your job, if you on your grizzy, you shouldn't fall below this right here. This is the baseline. 12-4 was that number this week. If you fell under 12-4, you were being special in some way, shape, or form. You went out of your way to lose a game that you probably shouldn't have. Anything below 11-5, and you were just flat out being special. I was being special. I deserved what I got. I was being special. I'm shocked because normally when I do what I did last week, it's an extreme, right? You at one end of the spectrum or the other. Either you really bottomed out or you had yourself a hell of a week, and I kind of split the difference. It ended up at 10-6. Because I really thought it was either going to be, hey, I'm coming back telling y'all I'm 13-3, or I'm coming back and telling y'all I went 7-9 again. That's what I thought was going to happen. And I split the difference and I went 10-6. I didn't think that was going to happen. So let's go through it. See what we got. So let's start with first place. All right, let's start with the winners and losers player of the week. And that distinction goes to our guy, Jordan Jones. Shout out to Jordan Jones. We're going to go ahead and let's see what color we going to make the player of the week. Let's go with pink. Let's go with pink. Jordan Jones is our player of the week. All right. So shout out to Jordan Jones. Went 14-2. That's a hell of a week. The beauty of it was, see, if Jordan was one of y'all that was at 33-15 in second place last week, and then he drops, that's the kind of shit that would have made me say, damn, I'm in trouble. Now I'm 11 games back, right? You do that shit, or I'm not 11, I'm 9 games back. You do that, and I'm looking like, golly, I'm in trouble. But all the people that had 33, all the people, 33, 34, 32, somewhere, all of them went 11-5, 10-6, maybe 12-4, but nobody went outside of the little parameter and area that was set up. So I'm like, phew, they letting the kid hang around. They don't know what they messing with right now. Y'all was supposed to put me away. Shout out to Jordan Jones. You are the winners and losers week 4 player of the week. All right. So with that said, now let's get to the standings and let's see where we are. So if you remember, let's take a look at last week's standings before we get to this week's standings. So if you recall, let's take a look at what we were dealing with last week. So 100 grand had been in first place since week number 1. Got off to a fast start. I told you I'm not worried about him. Remember, he sent me the message on socials telling me this was easy work, and Law sent him over here to dominate, Cowboys fan, the whole 9 yards, right? It was clever. It was smooth. I could tell he's a smooth dude, right? But I told him, you don't know what you're dealing with here. You don't know what you're messing with. You're a rookie. You just showed up, got lucky in week 1. He ain't won none of the weekly pick'em since, right? Y'all know that. And I finished better than him every single week since. I haven't won, so it don't really matter. But I'm keeping track now because he talks shit. So I'm clocking him every week. Like, bro, he better not beat me. I take pride in making sure he don't sniff me no week. So this was an opportunity for him, right? I went outside the box. So I'm thinking 100 grand. If 100 grand serious, this is the week where he smacked my ass down and said, hey, bro, I'm not playing around. I'm trying to get this money. So 34-14, he was the lead in the clubhouse. We had, I think, 3 people tied at second, 33-15. Coop, Smack City, and Soul all tied for second at 33-15. And I think we had 4 people tied for third, or 4 or 5. Hype Do, 32-16. Gridiron King, Mr. HTTR, Matthew Lynch. That's it. So we had 4 tied for third, 3 tied for second, and 100 grand was all by his lonesome in first for the 3rd consecutive week. That is no more. Okay, things have changed. The standings have been shaken up a bit. Let's take a look at the new leaders in the clubhouse. So we have 3 new leaders in the clubhouse, all tied at 44-20. Mr. HTTR is now in first place with a record of 44-20. Joining him, Smack City, 44-20. And Soul also joining him. Those 2 rather, at 44-20. So 3 people are tied. 3 players are tied for first place. In second, now we have about like 6 people in second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people tied for. That's third place. Let's see how many people we got in second. We got a bunch of people, like 8 people in second place. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 people tied for second. Let's go through that list. Coop was in second last week, remains in second, so he's been pretty steady. In Yo Jim, 43-21, also and now tied for second place in Yo Jim. Kevin the PRF, or no, excuse me, Greg Giants 10, rather, 43-21, tied for second as well. Also tied for second, J Cam Man with a strong 13-3 this week. Same with Greg Giants 10. Some dudes put in some work this week and moved their way up the leaderboard. So shout out to those guys who all made power moves this week and found themselves moving up in the standings. I think Juice did it as well. Yeah, another person that did it was Juice, who had a power move and made their way and bogarted their way into the top 3. So shout out to Greg Giants 10 for bogarting his way into second place. Same could be said for J Cam Man 99 with a 13-3 week. He's now tied for second as well. 100 grand, first time, not in first place. Now been knocked down to second place at 43-21. Only one game out. It's not like he, fell back to third or out of the top three. But this is the first time he hasn't seen his name in green since we started. So a little uncomfortable for him, I would assume. See how he deals with a little bit of adversity. Another second right here, Gridiron King, who I believe was in second place last week, maybe third. Let me check. Third place last week. So he moved up in the second this week with an impressive week. What did he go? 12-4, 1, 2, or 11-5? 11-5. So Gridiron King now in second. And I think that was our last second. So now we get to the third place participants. We got one. I think we said we had 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them. All right. Let's get to them. Start at the top. 808 Skins fan, 42-22. I think you were in third last week too, if I'm not mistaken. Nope. So you bogarted your way into the top 3 with a 13-3 week. Was you 13-3 this week? You were as well. 808 Skins fan. You were 13-3 as well this week. So again, you put together a really good week and you'll see those numbers jump real quick. Real quick. It's the consistency of it that's the game changer, right? Stringing those kind of weeks together consistently. So shout out to Skins fan 808, now in third. Tiffany is now in third place. Where was Tiffany at a week ago? Tiffany was just outside of the top 3, so she won't too far away at 31-17 last week. So she probably had 11-5, and she did, and that got her into third place. So Tiffany, she's been pretty solid throughout. Now she's in third place. We'll see if she can continue what she's been doing to start the season off through the first quarter. Major Tutty put in some work. 11-5. He's been really solid. He was like Tiffany, right outside the top 3 at 31. And what was the number last week? 31-17. 48 games through 3 weeks. So he was 31-17. If I had to guess, I'm going to go and look real quick. But I'm pretty sure. That's my ODU math kicking in. 31-17, of course. And so he's now 42-22 and tied for third. Matthew Lynch had 6 losses, so he probably was in third place last week already. Yeah. So he didn't gain any ground, but he didn't lose any either. He still remains in third place. Sonny Rawson put together a really strong 12-4 week that catapulted him into a tie for third place. So excellent job from Sonny, putting in work. And like I said, elbowing his way into third place. That's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to get real physical and aggressive. Let's get physical. And just start moving people out of the way. Watch out. Bad back. Let me in here. Sonny did that with a 12-4. Juice was impressive. Juice put up a 13 piece. Yeah, he said, hey, watch out. I'm in the building. Let me in. Hey, let me in. Juice start banging on the door. Hey, y'all open up. 13-3 will do that for you. 42-22 got him a piece of third place. Hype Do also tied for third place. I don't think this was a particularly strong week for Hype Do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not a particularly strong week, but started out so well he could afford a 10-6 on a week like this. Don't do it again, though. You won't be in the top 3 next week. You do that again. So that's the standings now. That's the good part. Now let's get to the bad. Let's see who's over here getting pissy this week. All right. So in my mind, the number's 8. So there's some 8s around here. And going into this, I already know who's pissy already. Unlike last week, who I wasn't really sure. I wasn't keeping track. I know. And you know what? This person, I want to know if this is their first time picking winners and losers, and if this is their first time like really being involved in football, like watching it, because it's bad. It's getting to the point. Yeah, so I know a lot of y'all don't go that far back with me when I used to do this, and we had the upper room. When we had the upper room, and there was a dude named Enrique. He was terrible at making picks. And we would kill Enrique every week. And I would sing the I don't remember whose song it was, but if Bailamos, let the rhythm take you over, Bailamos. Que quiero, ama mío. I don't know the words, but I knew him back then though. And we would dance, Enrique, dance. He was so bad. We would kill him every week. I think this person might be taking Enrique's place. Anyway, let's go through the picks. I need to make people sweat though, because if you had 8 losses or more, shame on you. You probably should be sipping from the piss cup. So let's see. Where we see a lot of red at. Again, this was an easy week. You had no business losing. You know, you shouldn't be at the Mendoza line around 500 this week. This is crazy. You had no business. I tried to be flagrant this week, and I still couldn't do it. Let's see. Okay, Chalupa. What we doing here, man? Let's start with you need to go to Taco Bell, Chalupa. What we doing over here, man? We got a little bit of Taco Bell sent you to the bathroom or something? One, because this is real shitty right here. It looks like you had a Chalupa from Taco Bell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An 8-piece. You should be ashamed of your damn self. You on the toilet for this shit. You should be sipping from the piss cup while you're there, but I don't think 8 gonna get it done. That's nasty though. We gonna put that gold on you though. That pissy gold on you for now. You see what else. You see if you're gonna have some company here. Stacks. Stacks. It's a lot of red here, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stacks. Come here, man. Come here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this piss on you real quick. I don't think it's gonna stick, but come here, man. Step in the office. Because you're a veteran. You've been with me for far too long to be doing shit like this, Stacks 410. Come on, man. Lead this for the youngins. Lead this for the newbies. You a veteran in the game. You supposed to be showing them how it's done. And you out here acting up. I'm disappointed in you, man. Really disappointed in you, bro. Get out of my office. I'm disappointed in you. Let's keep going. All this looks clean. All this is still looking clean. All this is still looking clean. Nothing flagrant. Nothing flagrant. Again, it shouldn't be a lot of y'all here, man. This was an easy week. Everything looks to be in working order. All right, let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Samuel Pando. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Piss Cup Ultra, 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 Ultra. Piss Cup Ultra, 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 Ultra. Not a 10-piece. Oh, man. You by yourself, Sam. The others are off the hook. Chalupa Stacks, tell Samuel thank you. Ain't nobody beating 10. There's just no way. And you look at Sam's record, he's 14 under 500 already. And he doesn't have a week like Big Time or Jess where he just didn't send in his picks. This man's been picking for 4 weeks. He's just 14 under 500, which tells you he's struggling. And I'm putting it mildly. I like Samuel. I think this is his first time. So I'm going to cut him a break. Okay? I'm not going to kill him. There's no way. He's got to be. And Samuel might be 17 years old. I'm gonna say Samuel is he's 22. But this is his first time doing this. And he just started watching football 3 years ago. That's my guess. Yikes. No one's beating that. We can go through the rest, but nobody's touching 10. What? You kidding me? Oh man. Let's see. I don't think you're gonna find anybody even remotely close. Let's see what Dandrick's down here talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He got bailed out. He'd have been right there with the rest of them. Sam gonna bail a lot of y'all out this year. Because I think Sam drunk from the piss cup. Ain't no think. I know he drank from the piss cup last week. He gonna bail a lot of y'all out. It's gonna be weeks where you're gonna be like, man, I hope I ain't drinking the piss cup. And you're gonna be like, hey, where's Sam at? And Sam gonna bless you and just take you off the hook. Sam, step forward. Come on. Take a knee, man. Take a knee. You by yourself this week, man. You got a lot of piss to guzzle down, my friend. Last week, it was take a sip, pass it to your right. So it wasn't as much piss to go around, right? Just a little sip, swish it around your mouth. Make sure you get that nice, nasty taste in your mouth. Real good. Gargle it a bit. Gargle it a little bit. Then swallow it. Pause. You got to take the whole cup to the dome tonight, Sam. Here you go, bro. I'll give you a few minutes to get that all down. It's not easy. Go ahead. Guzzle the whole cup of piss down, man. It's all yours. When you get the piss cup ultra, right? When you get the ultra, you get that ultra, you get the tall goblet. All right. We ain't getting one of those little wine guys. You getting the tall goblet. Go ahead and get that down, man. I'll give you a few minutes. I'll come back and check on your status in a little bit. I'm going to go to the comment section while you're trying to scarf all of that down, bro. Anyway, let's get to the comment section. See what y'all talking about. If you're out there, you want your comments read. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take that off the screen. And if you're out there, you want your comment read, 2 ways to do it. Time permitting, we'll get to any hashtags if you're out there. Super chats are always the most effective way to have your comment read. If you want to ensure that it is read, super chats are the way to do that. If you want your comment read, use the hashtag LouieTLive to have your comment read on the air. If time permits, because I do have another show, and I always will have another show right behind this one. So I've got to be mindful of the time. So I may not get to your comment. Super chatting is the way to ensure that happens. So we start off with Greg Giants 10. My guy, Greg Giants 10, who is now in the top 3 after a 13-3 week. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Writes, even though I won with Seattle, the Giants are killing me slowly. I bet they are. And it's tough to go against your team. Like, what I have to reinforce is that when you're doing this, when money's on the line, you can't have an allegiance to a bad team. Like, it's okay to think that your team can actually win a game that most people don't. Like, nobody thought we were beating Philly. I genuinely thought we were beating the Eagles. That's why I picked us. If I don't think we're winning, I'm not picking us. I'm not one of those people. Like, it was a guy who I think this is his first year not playing in winners and losers. He used to play every year. My guy BE. And BE would tell us off the rip, I'm picking the Cardinals every week. There were years where the Cardinals won 2 or 3 games, and he would that's an automatic loss every week. You ain't trying to win this bread. I don't give a damn how much of a fan I am. I'm picking against my team when you tell me I got money on the line, if I don't think they're going to win. So don't be that guy. Clearly, you're not that guy, But I know some people that are. I can't pick against my team. Okay. That's fine. You ain't trying to win this money then. Eric Sunderland, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Eric Sunderland. Also, I'm going to get you your bread for winning weekly pick'em pool. Hell of a week, 13-3. You're now into the top 3 as well. Hey, Lou. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB as well. Has anyone won 2 weeks in a row? You're talking about weekly pick'em pool? Absolutely. There was a stretch 3 years ago. I won 4 weeks in a row. That's the record. A bunch of people are tied. Well, I won 4 weeks in a row. A bunch of people are tied at 2. Nobody's won 3 weeks in a row. I won 4 weeks in a row. But at that time, though, you got to also understand there wasn't a lot of people playing. I won when there might have been 8 people playing every week. So it's not hard. So I don't brag about that, but that is the record. This amount that we have playing, almost 20 people every week, somewhere in that 16 to 20 range, that's a good number. That's a good, because you can't get lucky when that many people are playing. You actually got to make picks, because somebody else is going to be better than you if you just basic. Like, when it's 8 people, you can be basic and win, right? You double that number and now it's 16 people, you can't be basic because somebody's going to have a better sheet than you. Because if not, it's about to be me giving you a chance to win it back just like you asked. 2 weeks in a row has been done multiple times. 3 weeks hasn't really been done. You're not winning this week, Eric. I'm about to turn the shit up, bro. I'm due for one. You're not winning this week. But I appreciate you giving me a chance to win my bread back. That's all I ever ask. Door Gunner, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, tired of losing to the Giants. We have to finally beat them this year, but I don't just want to win. I want to drop 40 on them for payback. I'd be fine with splitting that. I want to win by double digits both times. But again, I'll just take a win. I just want to beat them. But we'll see what kind of shape they're in by the time they get to us. And we'll see what kind of shape we're in. Did we just beat the Bears and the Falcons and look impressive doing so? Or did we just eat by? Or did we lose one of those games? We got to take care of business first. And if we've done that, I have no doubts that the toughest one is going to be the first one in New York. I have no doubts we're gonna steamroll those boys in week 11. I got no doubts in my mind. They're getting worked over at home. If we can just go to the Meadowlands and get it done, I'll feel really good. Because that's been a house of horrors for us. Door Gunner, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, Lou knows a lot of wise men, but not a singing coach, apparently. So here's a story. I think I've told you guys this already. I used to be able to hold a note. Puberty kicked my ass. I was part of a group that came in second place in a talent show. We sung Cheers to You by a player. So I could hold a little note, man, back in the day. I have my moments when I can sing. If I get a vocal coach, I think I could actually sing a little bit. Just a little bit. I have to turn the volume down because you get my dog spun up when you sing. And you've told me that before. Smack City. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, keep that crown nice and clean for me. I like it. I like the confidence. Y'all gonna see, I'm gonna have that championship strap that's on the line here shortly. That's gonna be in the background when I do these, so y'all will see it, so you know what's at stake. The belt is white this year. It was red last year. The color this year is white. The championship strap is white. So so I didn't tell you guys this story though. So Boss Man, which is my dad, he won last year, and I've been holding on to the belt for him because I've been forgetting to bring it to him. And I didn't think he really cared. He just, he won the money. But I talked to him 2 weeks ago, and I was going to pick my mom up because she was going to her sister's house for a surprise birthday party. So, and my aunt lives up north in DC. So I was going to pick my mom up and bring her back here. And then my cousin was picking my mom up from my house. So long story short, my dad, I called my mom to tell her, hey, I'm going to be there XYZ time tomorrow. Make sure you're ready, yada, yada, yada. My dad's like, hey, bring me my damn championship belt. All I could do was laugh. I said, I won't forget, boss. I got it. So I took him his belt. And I presented him the belt like he had won like the WWE, heavyweight championship belt. And he said, damn, this thing is a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. And he propped that thing up right next to his big screen TV, like as a badge of honor. I was like, you dirty bastard. Like every time I come over there, I have to see it now, right? He has to rub it in my face. So I gotta get some get back, man. I got to have the strap this year. If he won again this year, I'd never hear the end of it. So Smack City, I'm about to turn it up. Like literally, I'm turning the heat up. Y'all gonna be like, damn, Louie T said he was coming. I'm coming now. Pause for some of y'all. But starting this week, I'm taking this shit like back to the levels where I used to sit down and the night before lay my shit out, go through every scenario, and make sound smart decisions, and then go back the next day before the picks were due and make sure that this is the right decision and double check everything. I'm about to go back to making my picks on Wednesday night, going back on Thursday before I submit them, and going over them with a fine-tooth comb to make sure I'm making the right decision. Y'all about to be in trouble. I gave y'all a shot. Y'all ain't take it. Y'all ain't run with it. All right. Let's get back to the comment section. See if y'all got anything to say. If not, I'm gonna get I see y'all talking shit. Yeah, I see y'all talking shit. JCam Man 99. Shout out to JCam Man 99. Bogarting his way into the top 3 with a 13-3 record this week. Says, you got to change the second place color to something besides yellow. Feels like second place is the piss cup. LOL. I can change it. I have no problems changing it from yellow. Yellow just stands out. It's bright. You see it. That's why I picked it. But I can change it to like purple or something like that. I got no problems changing that color, man. I don't want anything to do with second place, so you can have it. I'm going for green. Okay, I'm going for the green, so you can have it. I'll change it to purple for you. How's that sound? JCam Man also writes, honestly, felt this was a very tough week to pick. I don't know how you could feel that way. This, honestly speaking, I went out of my way because here's the thing. This was a tough week to pick a survivor if you had already used up your Kansas City. You know, you know how I feel about family business. So I was staying away from San Francisco, Arizona, because I wanted no parts of Arizona fresh off of an upset victory, playing with a little bit of confidence against San Francisco. I wanted no parts of that. Even though San Francisco took care of business, I'm good. Y'all know how I feel about family business. So I wasn't fooling around with it. But outside of that, I didn't think this was a tough week. I mean, let's look at the sheet again. I picked so many road wins. I knew I was going to miss some. Turns out those lucky home teams were Houston and Tennessee. Let's go through the sheet. Excuse me. Let's go through the sheet real quick because I thought it was a really easy week. So let's take a look at these games real quick. So Detroit at Green Bay. Only dum-dums like myself picked Green Bay. This was an easy win. You had no business losing this game. Jacksonville, Atlanta, again, don't overthink it. That's a home game for Jacksonville. Don't overthink it. Rams, Colts, that's a coin flip. You could have gotten that one. You could have not gotten that one. The smart pick was the Rams. They were the smart pick. If you picked the Colts, you were trying to find a win and in the process knock off the people that were going to be in the masses, right? Sometimes you got to go against the grain for the sake of going against the grain. It can't just be I'm picking this pick because everybody else is picking it. Sometimes you got to go against the grain, though, with the mindset, and you got to have a reason, right? My reason was I didn't know Anthony Richardson was playing. I thought we were actually getting Gardner Minshew again. But that's no here nor there. That was a coin flip game. Ravens and Browns. Had Deshaun Watson played, I really think the Ravens would have lost that game. They did not play well. But they didn't have to do much. What did he go? 12 of 16 in the game? Like, that was dumb. Everybody almost lost this game. It was after Kirk threw the pick six, it was like 10-0. But, cooler heads prevailed. Cincinnati, Tennessee. I knew Tennessee was going to win that game. That was one of the ones I felt really confident about. This one was a toughie, right? So, coin flip. So, that's one game that you were okay in getting wrong. 2, this was another one that it was okay to get wrong. And 3, right? This one, fine. If you got this one wrong, fine. But until you beat the man, you want to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Miami ain't done that yet, for real. I know they did it in Miami last year. Buffalo dominated that game. And this game is in Buffalo. When the last time the Dolphins beat Buffalo in Buffalo? I'll wait. There was one year, I want to say it was like 3 years ago. The Bills ain't had shit to play for. The Dolphins needed that game to make the playoffs. And I think Buffalo still beat them by like 40. Anyway, so that's 4. Denver and Chicago. I don't really think that was a huge game to debate. You take Denver and you move forward. They almost lost, but everybody would have been taking that L for the most part. Eagles, Commanders, just pick Philadelphia. What is there to think about? Right? That's not how I look at it, but that's how everybody else is looking at it. And I don't have any problems with that. Houston, Pittsburgh. Just take Pittsburgh. What is there to think about? All right? You lose it, everybody's losing it with you. You good. If you're feeling ballsy, pick Houston. That would have been a really good ballsy pick, sort of like Tennessee. That was another one. Chargers, Raiders again. That you don't overthink it. Just pick the Chargers and keep it pushing. 49. All the 4 o'clock games were easy. Really, the 4 o'clock games were easy. You shouldn't have lost any 4 o'clock games. I didn't lose a single 4 o'clock game, Sunday night or Monday night game. None. You shouldn't have lost nothing after 1 o'clock. All the tough decisions were at 1. And as I mentioned already, it was Miami, Buffalo, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, Indy, Rams, and Baltimore and Cleveland. Most of the family business, which you already know, that's a coin flip. Family business with Browns and Ravens, family business with Saints and Bucks, family business with Bills and Dolphins. Those were the 3 games where you go, okay, that's tough. None of these other games strike me as tough. And Rams and Colts was a coin flip as well. I wasn't sweating none of these other games. So I don't think this was a tough week. If you just picked Detroit, Jacksonville, the Rams, I'm just going to say you picked the Browns, right? This is how you get to 13-3, 12-4. And this is what you should have been. Detroit, Jacksonville, Rams, Browns, Vikings, Bengals. So that's 2 losses right there. If you picked the Browns and the Bengals, right? That's 2 losses. Saints, that's a 3rd loss. Bills, Broncos, Eagles, Steelers. That's what, 4 losses? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you shouldn't lose another game. That's not hard, bro. I didn't think it was a hard week. That's 4 losses, 12-4, which is what I told you was the baseline. That's where you start. If you were able to navigate through one of those, booby traps right there that was set, whether it was picking Baltimore, which wasn't hard to do, picking Tampa Bay, which was tough, picking Houston was tough. If you did that, kudos to you, right? But this was not a tough week. I don't agree. We can agree to disagree. This wasn't a tough week. Yeah, we already read the rest of that. Saga Asmram, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, if the timeline goes the way it's looking so far, this Thursday can not only be a good showing, but also the start of something special. Get excited. It has a chance to be. It has a chance to be the start of a nice little run, but you got to win. And you're asking me to have blind faith with something that we haven't really seen. Now, every year with Ron, we have these stretches. 6 out of 7 last year, 4 in a row the year before, 4 in a row the year before that. We've seen these stretches, right? This could be, and we've all asked for one of these stretches early so that you're not digging yourself up out of a hole. This is the opportunity. We don't have another stretch of football like this the rest of the season where you can look at the game and say, hey, we should be favored. I haven't looked at this Thursday. I know we're favored in this game. They might disrespect us and they might be 3.5, which would be really disrespectful, but that's fine. We've been disrespected a bunch of times. But we should be favored in each of the next 3 games. When's the last time you've been able to say that about our beloved Washington Commanders? We'd be lucky if we're favored in 3 games the entire season, let alone 3 of them in a row. Let's see. Washington is 5.5 point favorite. I like that number. I like that number. Right now, Atlanta is a 1.5 point favorite. But again, that's a far look ahead. What happens this week is going to definitely alter. And let's see, do the Falcons play? They just played overseas. They might be off this week. Nope, they play the Texans at home. So we'll see what the Texans do in that game. Falcons lose that game, they definitely won't be favored to beat us the following week. And of course, we take care of business. We have to do that first. And then the Giants in week 7, they don't have the odds for that game right now, which makes sense. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited about the prospects of this team doing some of the things that I think they're capable of doing. Mr. HTTR, thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, the champ is here. That is all. Carry on, Lou. The champ is here. Hey, you just holding that place warm for the kid. Just keep it warm, just like 100 Grand was doing it for the first 3 weeks. Just hold it warm. I'll be there around week 11, 10, 11 or so to come take over. And then I'll just give y'all a mean Derrick Henry stiff arm the rest of the way. Just hold it down for me for a little bit. Smack City. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, in most games, bet on the better QB and weapons. I mean, that's great strategy and philosophy. Doesn't always turn out that way, but rarely do you go wrong looking at it from that lens. That's not how I always approach the games. But I always tell people, use whatever philosophy you have. You know, go with what makes you comfortable. And if that's what you do, more power to you. I don't hate that, because this is a quarterback-driven league. We talk about it all the time. So a lot of times, QBs get it done. No QB was hotter, though, going into Sunday's action than Tua Tagovailoa, and you see what happened to them. So I don't always necessarily agree. Who has better weapons than the Miami Dolphins right now, right? So I don't always agree with that. But again, go with what works for you. And it's working. You are currently at second place, I believe. So it's working. So keep it up. Anyway, that was the last one. We'll get out of here. I appreciate y'all joining me for another kickback session. Hey, Samuel, you done with that piss, man? No, it's still a little corner in there, man. It's a little swig in there. Go ahead and get that. Yep. There you go. Yep. All the way. There you go. Good job. Good job, man. Ultra. At some point, we may have to just permanently put him in the we used to have this seat back in the day, and we had this thing called the dunce cap that we used to put on people's head, right? And you had to sit in the seat of shame, like, and that chair was facing the wall. That was reserved for those who, like, we just were putting you in timeout. You just suck so bad. We tired of giving you the piss cup. That obviously has not deterred you from making bad picks. Go face the wall, man. Put the dunce cap on your head. Turn around. Face the wall. Don't say nothing. At some point, we might have to do that with Samuel Pando to allow others to be exposed to the piss cup, because he might be shielding some of y'all who are making bad picks on a weekly basis. He might be your saving grace. And I can't allow that to happen every single week. Come on, Sam. Make better picks, man. Make these clowns out here with 8 losses, make them pay. Don't take them off the hook, man. You shouldn't have to subject yourself to piss every single week, bro. I challenge you next week to have a winning record. I don't know if you've done that yet. 6-10 is some pretty nasty work. I challenge you, there's 2 less games this week, 4 teams on a bye week. So it's 14 games. I challenge you to go 8-6 this week. That still might get you pissy, but at least it's a respectable piss cup. Somebody's going to go 500. Somebody's going to hit that Mendoza line and go 7-7. Anyway, I digress. That's going to do it for me, your man Louie T, here on the Week 5 edition of the LTN Exclusives Kickback Session. I look forward to chopping it up with you guys again next week. Same time, same place, same nonsensical theatrics. If your picks ain't shit, we're going to let you know about it. Anyway. Hey, if you in the survivor pool and you hanging in there, man, congrats for making it through the first quarter of the season. That shit is not easy, as we have found out already. Shit's about to get real. I think this is the year, man. I'm starting to get excited. I think this is the year. We'll see. Bart Scott. Can't wait. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. If you're a member of the MOBB, about to break down that film in about 10 minutes, come join me. For the rest of you, hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Got a couple of live shows, LouieTeeNetwork podcast, and also CNN live. So hopefully I'll catch you on one of those. God bless. Good night.